episode 1151 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, February 22nd, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Wes has potentially World War III again, at least according to Twitter, and much more in the cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah, it's a big international, but some good news locally, and we're going to be talking about some whores, so that's always fun.
Oh, right.
Nice.
I was wondering when you were going to get to it.
Yeah.
You can see one. You can see one behind me. There's a whore.
Well, there you go.
What do you mean by a
did she
whore?
get punched in the face?
She's an actual whore.
Oh,
As in a prostitute, a hooker.
Right.
Correct.
Oh, she refers to her. That's
Lady
what she
of the
calls
night.
herself.
She calls herself that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know that.
That's on her business card. Whore.
Well, that's a great
Same exact
teaser.
Yeah.
That's a great teaser. World War III doesn't sound so great, but the
World
the
War
prostitute
III.
news
She ran into a door.
sounds pretty good.
Oh, no.
I've got a false advertising lightning round on deck. So you guys, I'm sure, have all fell victim to some false advertising before. Well,
I think we have on this show.
Is
Yeah.
it about chips?
crypto in general. What is it about? What?
Fake
Just
flavored chips.
chips and the amount of chips that are in a bag.
Oh, like
It's been
Well,
lots
that's a
of
big false advertising.
Yeah.
That's a big
I
false
had
advertising.
HEB brand loaded nacho chips this week. They're okay.
HEB does great chips.
They're okay.
I mean, HEB
They don't.
brand.
HEB doesn't do great anything. They do okay.
Dude, have you ever
It's
had
a
their tortilla
That's a
chips?
grocery
Their
store
tortilla
brand
chips are
Whoa.
outside of Texas.
Whoa! The new HEB is three stories. It's got a story for barbecue. Dude, HEB is the #1 grocery store in the world.
Oh, I know. It's
No, I
got
mean, in
3
Texas.
stories of
It's
mediocrity.
not even.
No.
It's not even in any other states besides Texas. It's in number
It's-
one
it's
grocery store. in
incredible.
It's the
Texas.
best grocery store in the world.
Yeah.
Pat, you have no Jersey. In Jersey, you have nothing that touches HEB.
Oh my God! I'm not saying that
Well, I'm
I
sure
do or
that
that I
your
don't.
grocery
Wegmans,
stores.
no way.
I'll tell you guys.
world
HEB,
over.
not that special.
Yeah, boo, Pat. HEB is the #1 grocery store.
Yeah,
It's the best.
Okay.
yeah, it's
Best.
all right.
You moved out before they got all these. They've absolutely.
I did
crushed Whole
Whole
Foods.
2 HEB commercials. I know.
No,
I know
they're
the store
all
pretty well.
brand new. They've got escalators. They've got like, oh man, it's like
this an
celebrity
HEB
grand
commercial?
openings. They're huge.
It's
Yeah,
not.
they're doing
well,
fantastic.
They're doing
But they do
amazing.
pay good.
They're doing amazing. They're
They
10
got
times better than what
drive-through
you remember.
barbecues.
Yeah, they're
Barbecue.
drive-through
Oh, I'm sure the
barbecues.
barbecue fucking rocks.
It does. It's
It
incredible.
does not. Does not rock.
It's
okay.
very good.
I mean, they
It's
had
okay.
a good cafe at the
No,
one that
you
the
haven't
brand
had
new
HEB
one that-
barbecue. You moved up.
I had a
before they
brand new
started
one right next to my house with the barbecue and all that. It was okay.
Back it up, Will. Thank you.
Yeah.
Will-
Moving
you know
on.
Will's not
wow.
gonna give any 5
doing it. Wow.
stars.
Pat's got a hottie con lady
Will's
in
got
the
a hard
hole.
on for Texas.
Ooh, she's real hot and a mystery. We got a mystery too. I'm really curious what you guys think about this mystery because it's confusing the shit out of me.
All right.
Where do you shop in Reno? Walgreens?
I mean, no, Costco. I mean, it was good. It was good, but it
You know what's
wasn't
the best.
Was it the best grocery store in the world?
Yes. Yes, it's quite good.
It's
That's a bold claim.
It's quite good.
It's
I don't know if it reaches that. I had a couple
Buc-ee's-
nights.
Buc-ee's a terrible
Well,
rest
Mark,
stop as well.
Mark, I had a couple nights where the barbecue. When you eat there enough at the cafe at HEB,
Yeah.
you have a couple nights where the barbecue's off. So
That's fair.
you know it
You had
leaves
the
you
first.
with a
You had
little
the
bit of a
first
taste.
super HEB. Now
I
they're
was
all
at
like
the very
that.
first.
Now they've
the
gotten
super-
it down.
The first
Yeah,
one.
they've
That was in my
nailed it.
I
neighborhood.
feel like you're throwing a lot of HEB history facts out there that we don't know if it's true or not.
No, the Mueller one was the
No,
first
the
super
they
HEB.
started
It was
opening
right by my house.
They started opening ones with bars and with like full restaurants of barbecue. Will had the
It
first
was
one.
my local HEB.
And now
So
they've done
you're
like
s-
5 since then.
You're
And the
saying
new-
that they were chasing another Austin or another
yes, they were doing like the
Texas-based
Whole
store.
Foods model basically.
they were
and now
they're
they're
chasing a lot of
and now
other
they've overtaken
premium
it.
chains,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, the best brands usually are chasing.
Well, they're the most profitable and they have the most new stores and the biggest and the most escalators and the most restaurants and and inside the
Shit.
grocery.
This is
Commercials,
not
though.
true.
It is true. HEB is the most profitable one right now.
All right. Mark seems to have a lot of HEB
with you,
facts.
Mark.
He's also got
thank
a
you.
shocking funeral story to close this episode out today.
It is. It's shocking. It's the HEB of funerals. It's amazing. Funerals.
Shockingly
it's just
good.
okay.
Shockingly good.
Okay.
Just okay.
Hey, if you want to support the pod for free, it doesn't cost you anything. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts right now, and we will read it back at the end of Friday's show. Join us for live tapings on youtube.com/hardfactor news the day or night before the podcast drops. Store.hardfactor.com for merch. That does cost money. Also, patreon.com/hardfactor for bonus podcasts and to hang out with us off air in the Discord chat. Anything else, guys, before we do the news?
I will. Let me just say this: I shop at Chop right now here in New Jersey, and it's nothing compared to HEB. I will say that.
It's not
HEB's
nearly
not a
as
bad.
We know.
It's not a bad
Yeah.
grocery
Also,
store.
also my local.
Wes, you
chain
can't have two
Dailies,
fucking grocery stores, dude.
Not
I'm
as good as
sorry.
HEB.
First of all,
What
Wes,
do you
you
mean
can't have two
can't have
grocery
two?
stores. What do you mean you can't have two?
Costco's not a grocery store for West. That's like a vacation.
it's
That's
so
like a
much
day.
You're not
more
getting
for
your
Wes.
groceries
So
at
much more for
Costco.
us.
You're losing money. I gotta say
Look,
that.
I'm a grocery store guy. I love H Mart. I love HEB. I love Costco. What's wrong with
Yeah,
that?
you're just a grocery store whore, just like the ladies you might.
No,
know.
I would
because
take
I don't
I would
like-
take Wes's grocery store advice over Pat's.
Damn right.
Do you like HEB, Wes?
Why?
I
Why is
love
that?
HEB.
Yeah.
The one down the street
You know
from me
they're-
is delightful. Even round.
Is there any grocery store you don't like, Wes?
Shoppers, Randall's.
Yeah, I don't like
gonna be
Shoppers,
hard.
Food Lions. Food
Lions,
Lions. No,
Randall's, yeah.
I mean Randall's
Kroger.
is
Food
trash.
Lion? You don't like a
Kroger.
Food Lion? Oh
No.
man,
Are you
Food Lion
kidding
I
me?
know is trashy, but I mean they used to
Albertsons.
sell the Milwaukee's Best for so cheap, the cubes. And you
Yeah.
could get like
For
I mean, it
free
was like-
for $3.99 one
I
summer.
mean, you could walk out with them at Food Lion. It's that vibe, but also you could pay like $12 for 30 Milwaukee's Best lights at Food Lion, which was
Pop
awesome.
quiz, hot shots. What's the
they sell
high end
beer.
HEB?
Central Market.
Central Market.
Come on, which is also incredible.
No, that'll give you.
Again,
Yeah,
it's
you're gonna quiz me on HEB
Again, it's
right now?
all right.
You're gonna lose.
Well, you stuttered a little bit.
Oh, okay, all right.
There are 420 HEBs. That's pretty tight.
That's pretty good for going to
Are
Texas.
they going to keep it there? Is it a hard cap?
420.
Bro.
You get a little high going around there. You know what I mean? Take care of all your munchies. You get one.
I
grocery
mean, their
store.
products that they make in store at HEB are just as good as the name brands.
I will
They're
give them
like
that. Their
tortillas?
tortilla chips. The tortilla chips are the
And the
best.
tortilla chips.
The fresh
are-
tortilla
I mean, tortilla
chips.
chips is like it's like
fresh
one of the
tortilla
worst
tortillas?
industries.
What
You
kind
wanna
of
talk
corn
about-
do they have? I mean, it's
You want to talk about a
incredible.
fucking industry that needs repair generally across the board? It's the tortilla chip industry.
Right,
You're giving
HEB has
You
that
go to
unlocked 'cause
HEB,
they
they
make
have the
them fresh.
perfect chips.
They make them
tortilla
fresh.
tortilla chips suck.
We call them chips of the devil in this house because they're so fucking good. You can eat them plain. Yeah.
I had to throw mine away the other day because they were in my house and I was starting the fat-a-thon, and I
Yeah,
knew
exactly.
if I kept them, I would eat them.
You can eat their tortillas hot, like just.
Wes,
just
how many
buttery
grocery
tortillas.
stores a week do you visit?
I mean, I'll go to Costco if I have to. I'll go to HEB.
Okay,
if I
how
have
many
to. I'll
times
buy
do you
everything from
have
Costco.
to?
Wes is out at least once.
At least
a day.
once a week. At least
No,
once a week.
No,
more than
total
once a
between
week.
all of the stores because you got 3 or 4 stores. How many? how many total trips?
Probably three times a week.
It's gonna make you take a nicotine.
Shopping trips a week.
I'm gonna have to take some nicotine.
He's got to
loves
smoke
grocery
a
stores.
cigarette. You know.
That's right. Any
Trying to
excuse
get off
get out of the
the
house
things.
and
This
smoke a
is stressing
cigarette.
me out.
What, you want me to go to HEB again? Sure, I'll take
Oh,
a
I
smoke
forgot.
drive and go to
I
HEB.
forgot one item. I better go to the store tomorrow.
Oh,
That's amazing.
Thanksgiving's the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the news, shall we? Gotta.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
First up, joke of the day. It's it's a whore joke. So, how many dead prostitutes does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Wes. How many dead prostitutes does it take to change
How
a
do
light?
they do it? Yeah.
Obviously not 8 because it's still dark in my basement.
Obviously not. you
Oh.
got
There you
8
go.
dead prostitutes.
That's how many you say you got, huh?
Somebody call the cops on
8
this
of
guy.
'em,
Hey, oh.
Say you got 8, huh?
You want to hear another one?
Yes. Yes.
Never mind. It's horrible.
Should have stopped it. Should have stopped when you were ahead.
I thought the second one was great.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, the
let's
first one was just a setup for the second one.
Well, you
It
need,
was.
you
That
need
was
to-
the only
you
reason I
need-
did the first one.
You need to lean into the pronunciation of horrible.
Why? That's better if you can catch it on your own.
We all caught it.
It's unmissable.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, we got it.
All right, let's go to the news. Not so fun news. Out of Turkey and Syria, another earthquake struck the region at 8 p.m. local time Monday night. This one is 6.4 magnitude quake, and it's already left another. I'm seeing different, reports. At least 6 people dead. Over 500 people having to go to the hospital. This just 2 weeks after the one that killed like around 50,000 people. It was followed by a 5.8 aftershock 3 minutes later, and dozens of subsequent aftershocks that were not as severe. And this one caused many buildings that had been pretty much crippled but not quite yet fallen over from the original quake to now
totally
topple
fall
over. So people are in there, trying to like collect their shit or maybe even like find one last survivor. I think they've pretty much given up by now, and now they're getting buried by new rubble from this fucking earthquake. This guy Ali Maziam, he was 18 years old. He told one news agency that he was looking for bodies of family members from the previous quake when the tremors hit, and he said, "quote You don't know what to do. We grabbed each other, and right in front of us, the walls started to fall. So rescuers are now being buried by new rubble. It's absolutely insanity."
Oh man.
Yeah.
Luckily, really?
Terrible.
Luckily, if you can say luckily at this point, this one struck a much less populated area. Here's the epicenter. It was in Antakya.
It's pretty close to the coast.
Yeah, it is. Not a lot of people, I guess, not a lot of
in the
infrastructure.
city. Like the last one was
Right.
in Antep and Gaziantep right there, and that was like in the city. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It was felt in Syria, Egypt, and Lebanon. So loss of human life much less, but still, there's been like 90 aftershocks since the original quake. So people are just here's a video of the newest earthquake from. I mean, it's no small quake. It sounds off. It's from inside this guy's car in traffic, and as you can see. I mean, it's just these things are fucking nuts. I mean, the whole
That's crazy. Yeah.
To be
I mean, it's
close
just
to
crazy.
one that big, yeah,
It's crazy.
The other ones that were 7.8, 7.5, that I mean, you
Was
can't.
that just
you
an
can only
explosion
imagine.
in the background?
Yeah, those are transponded
Like explosions,
like electrical explosions, transformers
Roads
blowing up.
cracking. Yeah.
So
Electrical
why
wires.
are these quakes happening with such frequency over there? Well, most of Turkey
Tectonic
and
plates
some
is
of,
my guess.
You're right, Pat.
Turkey
You're
is
right.
the most seismically active country in the world.
That's right, absolutely. So here's the Turkey map, and I think I uploaded the plate map. If I didn't, maybe it got fucked up. So they sit right on what's called the Anatolian plate, and pretty much all of Turkey is just this one plate. And it's like Will said.
It's the most seismically active country in the world.
It's the most seismically active area and fault system in the world. So that's why these quakes happen so much over there. So,
And what's crazy is that people have lived there for millennia. It's like one of the places where they find the oldest human remains, like dating like close back to the Ice Age, which is crazy, or even further back. Who knows? But it's nuts that people have lived somewhere where there have just been nonstop earthquakes. Hard earthquakes.
Yeah.
But like it's
centuries and centuries.
Underground subterranean movement. Is it what? How is it?
The plates
You're
grind
asking
up
Wes to
against each
explain
other.
Science.
Yeah.
No,
Tectonic
the
plates.
tectonic
I
plates.
understand the
when
word
they-
tectonic plates, but what does it mean?
When they
Plates
move,
They're very
when they move-
tectonic. Mark.
tectonic, right? Yeah.
When they move or they grind against each other, it creates earthquakes.
They
And
push up
Turkey's
against each
right
other,
on the fault
one-
line. Yeah.
One has to give way and push up on top of the other one. That's
Can
how
I explain it to Mark?
tsunamis are also created.
Can I explain it?
I need someone other than Wes to explain this
Think
to me.
about two horny people, right? And they can't fuck. They're just not allowed. They're forbidden to fuck. In fact, think about like a married couple who's angry at each other, right? So they're just in bed, not fucking. They got their backs turned to each other, but they're both
Producer
horned
Eric's
up a little bit.
also showing a map of the Anatolian
Yep.
plate.
And
to help.
and after a while, Mark, they get so horned up, right? And they're grinding their backs and their bodies together so much that one of them slips into the other one.
Orgasm, yeah.
No, slips inside the other one.
Oh, okay.
Relieving the
under one.
tension.
More
And it
like
lifts-
under
and
the other
so
one.
it lifts
And it
something else
lifts.
up
Yes.
because it slides
Yes.
underneath it.
And that's how
Yeah,
tsunamis
so-
are created because
Right.
it displaces all that water when it lifts up.
The orgasm.
Right.
Yeah, or it's like jockeying for an airline, elbow jockeying for an
Some might say
airline hand holder. And then these tectonic plates, somebody's got to get that holder, and one of them does, and then Earth.
These are tectonic plates, Mark.
Yeah, again, the tectonic plates, I get it, but I'm just wondering, like, we don't really know everything in the ocean and stuff. I'm wondering, is this just kind of like a 1987? Japan has 6,000 islands instead of 14,000 islands. We're just saying
Well, we
the word
know that
tectonic
it's just
plates.
it's just where
we
the
don't know what's
plates
going
are.
on underneath
we know
there. Do
we know where the plates are, and we know that Turkey's
Okay.
on one of the most active faults in the world. That's why it's the most
So it
seismically
could be
active
anything. Could be like a
country
Godzilla type
ever.
thing, butting its head up underneath there. Like, do we really know it's a plate? Is it?
Yeah, they know it's a plate.
They
They
know
know
it's
that the
pretty
plates
much know
are.
it's a tectonic
That's why
plate.
the San Andreas fault
We
line.
found
that's
all
what,
these forests under China that we didn't know existed hundreds of feet under. Couldn't it just
There
be
could
like
be that
anything?
still.
Couldn't it be anything
Could
going
be-
on
could be
underneath?
anything,
I mean,
Mark.
tectonic plates could be anything, couldn't it?
Could be two giant
subterranean
Godzillas
activity.
fucking
They
down
seem to
there,
have
and then that's what
they
yeah.
seem to have the science of tectonic plates pretty
I don't buy it.
pretty buttoned up, but maybe
are
there is.
I think there's just
Tectonic.
some shit going on that they're calling tectonic plates, and we just don't know what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's move on, otherwise we'll never get through this coffee. Remember when Putin was going to be giving his State of the Union address, the year anniversary of starting to kill Ukrainians? Well, he did that the other night, last night, I guess, and he had some worrisome things to say about our relationship with Russia, and that Russia. He said basically that Russia.
Oh, I thought we would have all been so cool together right now.
No, a year later.
He's like, war's over. Just kidding. Just
Was Biden
kidding.
still over there?
Yeah.
Proxy war
no.
engaged.
That's right. So he said that Russia will halt its participation in New START, which is the last major remaining nuclear arms control treaty with the U.S., saying, quote, "They want to find and inflict strategic defeat on us and claim our nuclear facilities. The elites of the West do not hide their purpose, but they also cannot fail to realize that it is impossible to defeat Russia on the battlefield." He said, in regard,
Because our nukes are so good. That's why you're fighting back when I try to invade Ukraine. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, I am forced to state that Russia is suspending its participation in the Strategic Offensive Arms Treaty. And Secretary of State Abe Blinken was not happy about that. He says it's unfortunate, very irresponsible, and we'll be watching very carefully to see if Russia actually does. We'll, of course, make sure that in any event we are postured appropriately for the security of our own country and that of our allies. That's why World War III was trending, because nuclear war and what Russia is saying is it's not great. Now, to put your minds at ease, the 2010 New START Treaty provides limits for deployed strategic nuclear arsenals of the world's two super nuclear powers. They say that they cap strategic nuclear assets at 1,550 deployed warheads and 700 deployed missiles and heavy bombers, and it also provides for joint monitoring of each side's nuclear arsenals. And I mean, what's the point? At 1,500 nuclear warheads, everyone's dead, right?
That's what they say. World War
He's like,
III.
I'll make more than these now. Okay.
They say
Yeah,
World
well,
War III
pretty
is going to be the
stupid.
last World War.
Well, between Washington and Moscow, there's a combined 13,000 warheads, and they make up 90% of the whole world's nuclear arsenal. And the good thing is that Russia announced they would continue to abide by the limits set by the treaty and would also continue to exchange information. So we have these like little cordial information exchanges, like, "Hey, we're going to test the missile. We're not shooting at you. Don't freak out." This is under the 1988 Ballistic Missile Launch Notification Agreement. So no complete disaster yet, but experts in the Biden administration and elsewhere could say this is a prelude to a full withdrawal of the treaty, and that would make everyone very paranoid. Very, very, very paranoid on both
isn't
sides.
that obviously like his next step? He's obviously like setting up for that. He's
Yeah,
like, if you
sounds
keep
like it.
sending shit over to Ukraine, I'm just going to withdraw from it totally. Obviously.
This is some don't think about it shit.
Yeah, exactly. Why are we talking about? Imagine being on the audit team, being like, "Did you keep it to 1,500 missiles, Putin?" And he's like, "Yes, as you can see here, there's only 1,550."
Oh no, being on the audit team would be sweet because you would just get wine, dined, and
You just have to. You just have to just say.
No, they would just
I'll sign
they would
off on
never
whatever
let
you want.
see
Yeah.
anything, and then you would just
yeah.
go to sweet
Or they
Russian
kill you.
restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
So
don't
I've
see
been
much.
wined, and I've been dined. Do you know what's next?
Sign the papers.
So not
Yeah.
great. That's why
'Cause,
World War III
that's-
was
it's a
trending.
handshake deal. It's got to
Yeah,
be
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, let's go to Carson City, Nevada, for this one. Close to our own Hard Factor Will out there in Reno. And guys, I imagine being a whore is tough, right?
The capital. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, Chat GPT said I should call them sex workers or prostitutes out of respect, which is, whore is politically incorrect, even though it means the exact same thing as prostitute. Anyway,
True.
Yeah, and if you look up whore definition, it says
It's a
prostitute.
pejorative term.
Is whore pejorative?
Slut. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
Anyway,
different.
it's tough being a sex worker. You have disgusting men lying on top of you all day and night. They're disgusting penises inside your body, sweating all over you,
Hard day's work. Yeah.
trying to kidnap you at times, marry you, all kinds of offers.
I'm gonna get you pregnant.
Yeah,
Don't say that.
give you a baby.
It's
Your
part
pimps.
of the fantasy, right? I'm sure that's pretty.
I
common
don't want
thing
that.
those guys say.
Yay!
Where should I go?
Can you feel it? It's growing already. Get out of. Let me out of the
bottoming
car.
out. Am I bottoming out? Tell me where to go.
Your pimps beat your ass if you don't have enough sweaty, disgusting men inside you every night. It's rough and very dangerous, right? which is why many sex workers choose to do their whoring at regulated brothels, like the world famous Moonlite Bunny Ranch in Carson City. Yeah, you guys have. There's the outside of it.
Spot.
Yeah, he has
Hoff,
two.
right.
This is his other one. He's got two spots.
Well, the
Bunny Ranch and the Bunny Retreat. The Bunny
He's
Yeah, I
got
don't-
tons. I mean, there's so many brothels in northern Nevada. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot.
This
Bunny
is,
Ranch.
This is brothel.
This is the same place Lamar Odom nearly died from taking too many dick
He
pills.
claims that Hoff poisoned him because he didn't.
Right,
he didn't
yeah.
take drugs that day. He is a drug addict. He admits, but that day he didn't take drugs. And he
He's
woke
a
up
Clippers guy or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not when I go to the brothel. I never take drugs when I go to the
Right.
brothel.
Hoff must have poisoned me. He said he handed me a beer and then I woke up in a coma. Yeah, sure. Lamar.
Hoff died, obviously at another brothel after his 72nd birthday night. So, I mean, that guy, he must have found the genie's lamp
With
when he
Ron
was,
Jeremy
like
in the
18 or
room.
something. Yeah, Ron Jeremy found him. Yeah, found him dead.
I mean,
but just as
I
whoring,
can't believe it wasn't the other way around. You knew one of them was going to have a heart attack, if not both. But
Yeah.
shocking. Yeah.
yeah, he had. I mean, here he is.
Well, Ron
He's-
Jeremy had a mind attack. He just can't.
Right.
He's a vegetable now.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's true.
But just like whoring is dangerous, sometimes the whores themselves are dangerous. Like this one, the one right behind me, Savannah Henderson, who on Monday night at around 9:35 p.m. got into a fight with one of the other whores at the ranch. Something I imagine that happens a lot. You get many whores under one roof. They have to fuck all these disgusting men. Eventually, things boil over.
Which southern town you named after?
Savannah.
Hey, Corpus, get over here.
God damn it, Corpus Christi. Body of Christ.
However, most arguments probably end with the two of them, fucking the same fat guy, scissoring each other while the fat guy watches. This one ended in gunshots, causing police to evacuate the Bunny Ranch and leading to a long standoff with Savannah, who barricaded herself in a room full of dildos, drugs, scented candles, and oils. So that's a bummer, right? You finally get the courage to be at the Bunny Ranch, and then one of the whores starts shooting the place up. That's
Unlucky.
that's
Bad
crazy.
if that's your
right?
first visit. Yeah, you don't.
They
want
shouldn't
that.
be allowed to bring firearms to work.
They shouldn't be allowed to do that, Pat. I don't know
It's
if she was
Nevada,
allowed.
though. I think you're just allowed to have a firearm on you at any time.
And with Hoff gone, the regulations have kind of fallen.
Luckily, nobody was hurt. Savannah finally gave herself up around 12:30 a.m. after a crisis negotiation team lied to her and told her they would meet her demands, which include not only to execute the other whore, but also to give her a lifetime supply of coke. So they said, "No problem, Savannah. We'll do that for you. Just come on out." And she agreed.
And a time machine.
Yeah, at the time some of the drugs wore off at 12:30.
Yeah.
Look, I swear to
She
God,
needed
if you
more
don't get
drugs.
that time machine here, Dallas is dead.
Yeah.
So they gave her her demands, and she didn't get arrested, and that's
No, she got arrested. She was charged with 4 counts of possession of a firearm by a felon, 1 count of possession of a controlled substance, 1 count of discharging a firearm where others may be endangered, and 1 count of obstructing a peace officer. Her bond was set at more than $86,000, but I'm sure they paid that because Savannah, she looks like an earner. So she might.
There are a few cops that were like, "Which one is it? The blonde Savannah?" I'm gonna have to lay low for this arrest. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take a phone call here.
Recuse myself.
Yeah, let me
Carson's
recuse
a small
myself.
town too. So if you're dipping the pin in town, then you're gonna get. You might know.
Can you do me a
Savannah.
favor and you take Savannah because
lots of cops going in with mustaches.
She's the one with kind of like she's pretty, but she's got a British smile. Yeah, I know her.
yeah, she does look British.
Now, local news was able to speak with 2 men who were at the Bunny Ranch at the time of the shooting on condition they remained anonymous. So don't have video.
She's the one that looks like she grew up on well water.
We do have some audio. And here it is.
Farm got the farm
Hi,
look
Bob
to
and
it.
Deborah. I'm standing outside of the Moonlite Bunny Ranch here in Carson City, Nevada, where police were called at around 9:35 p.m. because instead of the clients popping off, a whore popped off.
Whoa.
Her pistol inside the brothel after an argument with another whore. Now, standing by, I have 2 gentlemen who have agreed to speak with me anonymously about what exactly happened inside the brothel. Sir, what did you see?
Yeah, I tell you, it was a bad deal in there. So Jose and I, you can use his name; it don't matter. Jose and I, we went in there. See, Jose, he's only been here a couple months, and he finishes drywall for me. I'm a drywall finisher. Jose does work for me. We do it all over the area here in Carson City, Reno, anywhere in the surrounding counties.
Plug that
And
place.
anyway, we was in there. Jose was, he's missing his family back home in Mexico.
and he says, "Hey, Mr. Jim, how about we go to the brothel?" And I said, "Well, Jose, that's okay. I'll take you down there. That's fine. We'll go down there."
Mr. Jimmy, what's your idea?
Jose, shut the fuck up. Anyway, so we was in there having a few beers. Jose, he was a little nervous, so he had to have a few cervezas in him before we went and was going to look at the whores we wanted to fuck. And all of a sudden, this whore, and I swear to God, 12-inch heels, comes running around the corner, and she's being chased by another whore in even bigger heels, and they're yelling about something. I think it was about money, or you stole my client, and this girl, the blonde girl, she just shoots at her. And then everyone got up and ran, and then the police came, and she barricaded herself inside. And I'll tell you, Jose, it took me a good 20 minutes to find him. I had to call his name. I was walking around the desert, and finally he popped up out of a cactus. It felt like, you know what it felt like? I felt like we were back in the Old West. So that aspect of it was cool. We felt like we were in the Old West. So anyway, I guess we'll try again later on this week once everything clears out.
Yeah.
Damn. So there you go. I don't even know if he's right. I don't know if Jim's right. I think I don't know if the girl was shot at or if she just shot in the air. But yeah,
It was chaos.
It was
Got a
chaos.
good look though. It sounds like
Yeah, it was chaos. So
I'm glad Jose didn't get just like human sacrificed by Jim in that situation.
yeah.
Was Jose maybe illegal? He was trying to lay low. It sounds.
Yeah,
like.
I think it sounds like Jose. Once anything pops
Yeah.
off, Jose runs.
He sees authority lights and he's
Right.
he's out of there. Yeah.
He's gone. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's a great drywall finisher. Kinda.
Yeah.
Is that a
Jim
thing?
surely
Fit-
doesn't just take all the profits on Jose's work. And,
Yeah, no, I'm sure he doesn't.
Well, he's got the LLC. Will.
This is your payment this week, Jose.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Savannah.
they're whore buddies. My whore buddy Jose. He just drags him everywhere.
He's great because he can't tell me. Can you, Jose?
Jose doesn't even want to be there.
Jose,
Try-
you want to go to the brothel again, don't you? Come on.
Hey, watch this. Jose,
you son of a bitch, you want to go, don't you?
try and tell someone, Jose. Watch this. Watch. See, he can't.
He loves to go to the brothel.
He's always asking me to come over here. Son of a bitch.
He'll have the cheap one.
Yeah.
This horny bastard. He can't get enough of them.
What's the average price of two whores? I'll take a little bit above average, and he'll go a little bit below.
I'll take Jose's half. He's not hungry today.
You wait in the car, Jose. Guys,
Your license
drops him out there.
Jose, you better get a
a
run and
companion.
start because I'm paying for 10 minutes and 10 minutes only. You better get ready.
And guys, finally, that brings us to more good news.
The cream of the crop!
Finally, some good news for the good people of East Palestine, Ohio, who have been dealing with that horrible chemical spill pretty much all by themselves. Mayor Pete nowhere to be seen. FEMA denied. Biden is over in Ukraine, handing out hundreds of millions of dollars for not our war.
Biden's like, it's safer here in Ukraine.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely than in East Palestine, probably.
Yeah.
For him.
Absolutely. But finally, yesterday, the administrator for the EPA, Michael Regan, made the announcement that the EPA is ordering Norfolk Southern to basically pay for everything, to clean the shit up, and has ordered Norfolk Southern to do the following things. One, identify and clean up any contaminated soil and water resources. So I guess that means the creek beds too that we've all been seeing pictures of. The disgusting fucking.
Oh, they'll suck the 1,000,000+ pounds of vinyl chloride out of the ground.
Yeah,
I'm sure they will.
How are they going to do
How are they
that?
going to
Wes?
dry everything
Sure
out?
they will.
How are they going to suck it out of the ground after they soaked it in last week?
If they can do this would be
Oh, it's
pretty
going to be a
impressive.
miracle. It's a miracle. Is
That's
what they're trying to do.
impossible. I think that's why they're just saying they're going to do it. This is like, oh yeah, we're going to do absolutely everything.
This sounds like a payoff to the EPA is what it sounds like, because the EPA is basically going to do it, and they're going to charge Norfolk Southern for whatever they do.
Now
is-
you can hide,
so it's the-
you can
so it's
hide
just the
hundreds of millions
government.
of dollars. Yeah.
It's just the government making money.
Yeah, that's what it really sounds like,
I mean,
Will.
You might as well hire like 1,000 Pat the Pool boys to try to suck the.
So the citizens
We
get
would
nothing
do
out
a great
of it.
job.
Yeah.
No, the Norfolk Southern isn't going to pay for their medical bills. They're not going to pay for the the cancer they're going to get possibly down the road. They're just going to make sure that they're cleaned up, and they're going to give them extra testing. So again, the first one, clean up the water and soil. 2, reimburse the EPA for cleaning services. Like I said, just give them a big fat check. They're going to charge triple whatever it costs.
Yeah, you got to pay the government, not the citizens in this one, of course, right? Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, exactly. Which would be so they're gonna anyone in the vicinity, like a certain zone of the spill, they'll come to their house and do extra layer of cleaning, and they also ordered
like a
Norfolk
detailing
Southern.
of your house.
Yeah, they ordered Norfolk Southern to send just a minion to all public meetings at the EPA's request and post information online, which is absolutely nothing, and pay for the EPA's cost for work performed under the order. So this is just a win for the EPA.
Wes, I saw people whose backyards are not hundreds of feet from where all the shit was leaking into the ground.
Yeah.
Are they going to somehow guarantee that those people's kids can't get toxic chemicals on them when they play in the backyard because it's soaked into the ground?
No, they're gonna say that they're gonna test.
They're
going
gonna
to
do a once over.
Yeah. And then they're gonna be like, fine. It's fucked up. Like I was listening to a local resident being interviewed on the news this morning. He's a basketball coach for like youth sports, and he was like saying none of the other parents from any other close by towns want to come to East Palestine to play their kids in basketball.
Of course not right now.
Because they're like, people are already being like, don't marry anyone from East Palestine when you grow up because the little kid will have like 5 legs.
I mean, it's horrible, but would you want to go into East
No,
Palestine?
I wouldn't do it either. I understand. They also were talking about
President's literally going to Ukraine.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg. No one wants to go there.
Right.
Our officials don't want to go there.
No one wants to go there. These guys, the southern, sorry, Pat, the southern guys are going to come in with like masks and shit, probably.
They don't move people. They don't. They just don't. I mean, like that's pretty much what it is. Like you can look back. There's a history of this. They don't move them. What
massive industrial wrecks, right? Yeah.
They cover up whether or not it's there.
All cover-ups.
Because moving them is too expensive. And
cover-up is the only thing that they've done, like historically,
it
or
was
tried
so
to
much
when there's a
easier
giant industrial fuck-up.
Right.
It was so much easier to cover these things up, like when the internet didn't exist, because it was just
it
was just like a couple diehard journalists locally that were like, "Come on, you gotta pay attention to East Palestine."
Right, but now that you can see the water on acid, you can watch the vinyl chloride rise to the surface when you toss a rock
hard to cover this one up.
Look at that.
I mean, I will say this: as late as like last week, right before this shit happened, or 2 weeks ago, fracking was causing shit like this in a lot of communities, and no one was doing anything about it.
Yeah,
Just,
but now
it was
trains
the
are
disaster.
causing
It's the disaster element.
Now
of it.
trains are causing
There's a
it,
long list. We talked about the Dark Waters one, the one Aaron Brockovich did. There's like a ton of them, and like probably back in the day there was a ton.
3 Mile Island.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. This one's just internet era, big time got caught, and like I don't think they know how to clean it up.
Oh, it's going to be one of the biggest, industrial disasters in U.S. history, probably considering the amount of toxic chemicals that leaked into the ground.
Everyone outside of East Palestine treats it like Chernobyl. I mean,
I had seen some stuff about them reclassifying the treatment of vinyl chloride, like sometime. Is that real? I don't know. Something about the CDC and like.
You mean like how dangerous it is, like the
safer,
carcinogen level? Well, right now it's an 8. Right now it's an 8 carcinogen level, and I don't know if they're going to lower it, but it's like very high cancer causing.
I mean, marrying an 8 is a thing. It's like your buddies are like, whoa, nice work, dude. She's an 8.
Right there. There was. I saw something. I didn't have time to verify it.
It's hard.
Yeah. Basically,
got to have a deformity of some sort that they can't see on the outside of the body. Usually,
it would match up though with what the government's done so far. I mean, Pete Buttigieg didn't even tweet about it.
He's not even there yet.
Until 2 weeks after the derailment happened, and then when he did, he went on TV and tried to say, well, derailments happen every day, and tried to downplay it. So I would imagine it's all going to be downplaying for the most part.
It's terrible. And again, this doesn't involve any kind of medical assistance. It's just the cleanup. And then one last thing, following the press conference, Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, EPA Administrator Michael Regan, and U.S. Rep Bill Johnson, reluctantly, they did the thing where they show you how safe the water is by drinking out of a tap of a local resident's kitchen. So
that's a funny test.
It is.
They're shaking.
I'm not even sure. Here they are cheersing, and I'm not even sure Michael drinks the water. I think he just. I think that's a fake.
No.
I think that's a fake.
He didn't. Did he take a sip?
That guy took a small sip.
That's the Michael.
The governor
Moore
also.
The
did you
wine
see
is
look
on
on
the
his
left.
face?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're all scared shitless.
He was
Michael
so scared
Moore
before he
crushed
took a
that
sip.
shit so hard when he brought the Flint water.
That's not a sip.
That's
he was
not
like,
a sip.
"Take a
Yeah, he
drink."
didn't sip that. He just touched it to his lips. 100% Wes. Good
Take a
catch.
drink.
Yeah. He's not. It's like I want to see him gulp a whole like that guy in India where he drank like a whole thing out of the
It's
river.
just all these
and he had to
people
go to the
fucking
hospital.
lying to you. Like it's so crazy to watch like the government try to get away with just lying to your face, and they think that you're buying it, or they don't even give a fuck if you're buying it or
Those
not.
care
local
any- they
news
don't care
clips were
anymore.
like satire. They were like satire. The local news clips would be like, so the government's saying nothing is wrong, like over the footage of the train just spewing chemicals. It's like,
I mean,
oh, is
Norfolk
this a
Southern
joke?
has
They-
the EPA on their
they
side
joking?
now. It's
That's
like
the approach of this admin for this one is to minimize.
It's not this admin. It's all admins, man.
They
Well, yeah,
can't
but the
cover it.
American government. Yeah.
They can't cover it up. They can't cover it
Yeah.
up.
Well, we'll see
mean,
what happens.
we'll see what happens, but that's the cup of coffee in the big time for today.
Nice.
All right.
Tectonic
Thank you,
plates. I think
Yeah,
is what we
but
call
you're
that
not
one.
listening, Mark. They're
You're not
tectonic
listening,
plates.
Mark. These
Didn't you
plates are
hear?
Tectonic.
Didn't you hear those were tectonic?
What are you,
plates?
dumb or something?
They don't go inside each other.
Right, sure.
Just remember the
I was looking
angry
for
couple
the live
metaphor.
YouTube commenters to see if anybody explained tectonic plates better than Wes
No,
did, but
no one
did,
can
so.
explain tectonic plates. They
How,
just-
how was the explanation not that?
I
not-
got it, Wes. I thought it was
Yeah.
great. I like Pat's about the boners too. I thought it was all.
I don't understand.
What I'm saying is, I understand it's under subterranean activity that causes like a rift.
He's using
but-
words like subterranean now.
I
Okay.
mean,
But
it seems
what-
like you
it's
got
under
it.
the
You're-
surface. What I'm saying is,
you're
I don't
right
think
on
you
it.
can describe it as tectonic plates. I'm saying what is happening that we don't know
Mr.
about
Wizard
underneath
over
the
here saying
surfaces.
said subterranean.
Why don't we figure out exactly what is causing the tectonic plates to bump into each other? Is my point.
So you're saying that there's the tectonic plates in general are a
Earth, Mark.
conspiracy.
Yes.
Look
I
it
mean,
up.
Movement.
I mean, just maybe put some research, some dollars into finding out what the fuck is going
The
on.
Earth's
under
like
the
an old
earth.
house, and it creaks and it cracks, and
Sure.
sometimes
Okay,
it, you
don't
know.
look in under the bed.
Read a book. You know.
We are
Jesus
going to
look on
have
the
to
bed.
look a lot further into tectonic plates, obviously.
Yes.
A lot of answers left unanswered. A lot,
A lot of
questions
books,
left.
a lot of old
questions left
science
unanswered.
books from the '80s just saying tectonic plates.
I'm gonna take some more nicotine over here.
All right,
sniffing that
guys.
shit?
Yeah, West. Okay, you have a tectonic plate diagram.
Sniffing?
Here.
No, that's Eric. put
That's
it up.
Eric. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. The continental crust, Mark, you see,
Sure.
will recede below the other continental crust of the other plate.
Exactly.
And then
They don't go inside each other like Pat's sex
It's
thing.
totally not.
it's
totally not.
plates of
It's totally not
continental
giant
crust.
married
moss.
couple.
It's totally not giant moss bumping
It's
into
plates
each other.
of-
or anything.
plates
Bubbles of
of
the earth.
t-
Sure.
Exactly what we
continental
said.
crust. Tectonic plates.
It's King Kong world under
Tectonic
there.
plates of continental crust. Yeah. Yep.
Sure.
Come from my
That's the one.
metaphor.
Thanks, producer Eric. Really
Not buying
appreciate you coming in with that one. He's got a lot of pictures there. He can. It sounds like Eric can probably give you a session on the side.
I don't see how anyone's lost at this point.
I
gotta
think in the
move on.
Philippines they know their way around disasters, so they have to learn about tsunamis,
Sex tourism, everything.
and, sex tourism. Yeah.
Okay. Well, tectonic plates. We'll get to the bottom of it one day. But first,
Living on the edge of a lightning bolt, and I do not apologize for that.
that's right. It's a lightning round on What the Fuck Wednesday, no less. 100% user listener submitted lightning round. All about false advertising. First up, by George, everyone's favorite false advertiser, Republican representative from New York, who lied about absolutely everything during his campaign, went on Piers Morgan and said this about his lies and his false advertising.
A part of your process, of the cathartic process of redemption, if you like, it's got to start from, I've been a terrible liar. I mean, would you be prepared to say that?
Sure. Like I
Well, go
said,
on then.
well, I've been a terrible liar on
Okay.
on those subjects, and what I tried to convey to the American people is
Did you say your pants on fire?
I made mistakes of allowing the pressures
I
of what I
stole
thought
dogs from the
needed to be
Amish.
done in order to this. This wasn't about tricking anybody. This wasn't about.
Except for the Amish.
Veterans. No. Let me
The whole
finish.
thing was about tricking people.
Let me finish. It wasn't about tricking the people. This was about getting accepted by the party.
About getting away with
It's
it.
the party's fault. It's the party's exclusion.
the
Your party
Republican
has
Party's
Marjorie
fault.
Taylor Greene in it. You fucking idiot.
So, Pat, he lied to the party, all right? Not the people. Want to get that straight. George Anthony DeVolder Santos went on to say that he didn't think he'd get caught since he also ran in 2020 with the same exact lies and nobody caught on at the time. Of course, he didn't win. So,
Right.
yeah.
Bit different there. Yeah.
But yeah, what you guys buy that? He was only trying to lie to the party, not the people?
That's what. No, that's what he's been
He's full
saying.
of shit. He's a
He's
fucking
been saying.
liar.
No, he
Yeah,
lied.
he's a liar.
He's been saying the whole time that, look, maybe I lied a little bit, but I'm going to do good things when I get in office. So my lies before I got in office will be
They don't matter.
Yeah, they don't matter.
Even
the
Steven.
good deeds I do are going to override
Clean
those.
slate.
Yeah.
We've got to believe it too, because Santos also named a new campaign treasurer this week, with the only details being the name Andrew Olson of Elmhurst, New York. Many
name.
people assume this is a fake person as well, since his last campaign treasurer, Nancy Marks, just resigned recently and is surely planning to flip on George Anthony in the investigations to come.
I mean, having a last name Marks when you're working for a con man, I don't know. It
that's
seems a little fishy.
Yeah, she's going to be the hot interview to get.
Yeah, she really is for all these investigations coming up. Thank you, Gappers, for that one. Moving on to the lightning round. Not false advertising, but fantastic impression. Okay, impersonation. And since none of us have a great President Joe Biden, here's Dana Carvey doing a tremendous Biden impersonation on the Two Bears, One Cave podcast. Here you go.
Biden, I go, I don't know what he sounds like. But then when you hear someone do it, you go, that's it.
Yeah, there's young people online that do some amazing. But Biden was just, kind of initially as my father lost his job.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No joke. No joke. No one thinks it's a joke. Not kidding around here. Come on, like the founding flaws is proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. The people, all men are created equally. Excuse me, created pirates of the Caribbean.
Dana Carvey's just fucking awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He's great with impersonations.
Still crushing impersonation.
He's very funny. I listened to his new show that he does with David Spade, and it's funny to listen to a dude who's in his 60s talk to women, because he still brings like some old school energy, big time. So like, you're a woman. What's it like to be a lady out there? It's like your dad. It's like your dad coming in and really bungling it because not being so with it.
Right
But
now,
he can still do impressions.
He's one of the most hilarious dads in America for sure.
Right.
Even with his aged perspective. Thank you, Nat, for that one. I promised the listeners I'd get to fake high schoolers because we were interested in those, and I wasn't kidding. Here they are. In 2016 in Windsor, Canada, this is more false advertising, 6'9", 29-year-old Jonathan Nicola posed as a 17-year-old so he could dominate in basketball at Catholic Central High School, and it worked until he got caught and arrested. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, but
That's
he
pretty good.
you imagine the year he was having. I mean,
He was
dating some hot
29?
chicks and stuff. He was 29.
Asking
Posing
women
as
to
a
marry him and
17-year-old.
shit.
Yeah.
I almost clipped down his highlights, but he actually wasn't that good at basketball. He's just really tall, got a lot of rebounds.
really?
Will you marry me?
Yeah, he's like getting Valentine's cards.
Will you marry me?
Yeah. Asking him to prom.
Yeah.
He's doing the prom ask.
Those girls'
Prom.
heads are
Want to
scrambled.
go to
after.
prom with me?
Yeah.
Turns out Jonathan was 29. Thank you to Jazzy Jeff
The
for
parents are
2069.
like, yeah, go, it's so cute. Let's go to, you go to prom with him. That's so
Nice
cute.
boy.
He's 29.
Do you guys remember? I brought it up before, but there was a guy when Wes, you were still in high school when this happened.
Damn. Shots fired.
No, that's what I mean. Is Wes was in high school because we were not.
Whoa, this
when
is a long time ago.
But it was at Paul VI, and this guy went to Paul VI pretending to be Steven Spielberg's nephew.
Yes.
Yeah, Pat, we're going to get to him. He's one of the three.
Hell
False
yes,
advertising.
dude.
Another
Hell
29.
yes.
He's not next, though. Another 29-year-old, not named Jonathan Nicola, but different name here. She attended New Brunswick High School in New Jersey for 4 days, January of this year. So this is recent news. Her name is Haijong Shin's. False paperwork was so bad that she got caught within 4 days, like I said, and she was spent the entire time in the counselor's office until she was arrested on the fourth day of the scheme because it was just so obvious that she was not a high school student. And the weird part about this one is that she had just graduated from Rutgers in 2019. So
What was her
she trying to
motive?
do? Yeah.
She was trying to impress her parents and get hundreds.
yeah,
Go back
to
and-
high school.
Yeah, she
Finish the job.
She didn't get straight A's in high school the first time around,
Yeah.
so
It's like playing a video game the second time around to complete all the missions.
Right. I just
journalist?
figured, maybe the job market's not that hot for everyone if you are the kind of person that's going to take the step of going back to high school. So
right, but like how does that help you? You still have to support yourself.
no, it doesn't help you at all. You're just crazy enough to think that that's a
Yeah.
good use of your time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Thank you, Doug, for that one. Last fake high schooler, and this is the one Pat was talking about. It's a doozy that a friend of the podcast, Robert, actually had French class with.
We were in school too, Pat.
We were in high school too. And we're talking
I thought
about
it was 98.
28-year-old Anoushirvan Farkan. And he, Anoushirvan Farkan. It's a very strange first name. There's a picture of him, guys. He faked out Paul VI High School in Fairfax, Virginia for 2 years before finally being caught in 2001. And he even pretended to be Steven Spielberg's nephew, like Pat said. He claimed he was 14-year-old Jonathan Taylor Spielberg. So he literally just combined Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Steven Spielberg's name and claimed that was him.
Yeah, our buddy was texting us about
28.
this. And he said that he was a real
28.
creep. Yeah, he said he was a real creep, and he used to invite our buddy and another one of his buddies to his house parties, like all the time, creepily. And he also said he dated like the biggest chested, dumbest blonde in the school.
Right. But that's funny
He had a
because he
good
said
gig
in his
going.
interview,
Yeah, drove
like,
a
I didn't
Beamer.
sleep with students, but I guess
No, he
he
did. He
Right.
did.
Oh, he did.
He was dating a
did.
busty bimbo dummy.
They tried to cover it up Ohio style. Turned out he got in tight with the dirty dean, but it all came crashing down eventually. Now that's some false advertising. Which brings us to the last story of the lightning round. Up near me in Incline Village, Nevada, right by Lake Tahoe, where snowboarders recently got a $186 a night rental through Airbnb. And when the hot water ran out on day 2 of 3, the group was forced to take ice cold showers. And to give you an idea, it is snowstorming right now in the Lake Tahoe area. So an ice cold shower in a Lake Tahoe like home right now would be like 40-degree water. And Airbnb told the snowboard group that the host wasn't required to provide hot water, but as Reddit user Poopy Butt 317 points out, I'm going to show you guys.
There's 316 other poopy butts.
There was at least, and then he got in there at 317. He said, just check with the state of Nevada. Hot water is required for any rental property for habitability. So could shut this owner down and get damages. File with the state and get reparations. I do not use Airbnb. I do use Verbo, but I research and vet each property.
Thanks, poopy butt.
Yep. So Poopy Butt to the rescue. That is indeed true. And Airbnb has refunded the guests along with the host, who obviously fucked up and probably their hot water heater went out.
Right.
False advertising. Well, they had to suffer through false advertising.
Poopy butt.
You need hot water.
Poopy
Take
butt.
it. Poopy butt 1.
This water's
Damn
so
it.
cold, man.
Let me skip 10.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Guys, do me a favor and check out this 39-year-old hottie, Vegas high roller and attorney from California, Sarah King. She's the type of lady some of my college buddies would have described as a would get it. Right. And by would get it, they meant consensual sex on her terms. Right. Whenever, wherever, if
We'd
she was so
give it to
interested.
her
If she wanted it, she could get it.
Right.
On her terms. Sarah, guys, she had it all. She had beauty, brains. She was a lady attorney, a lawress. She had prestige. She lived at the Wynn Casino in Las Vegas. Ever heard of it? Yeah.
Pretty fancy.
International intrigue. In fact, she was married to the grandson of an Iranian princess, which is pretty crazy. She had class. She drove a Rolls Royce. And she had aspirations. She dreamed of running for Congress as a Republican one day. And to top it off, she was a bad girl. I'm talking about a dirty little party girl, if you will. DLPG.
What'd she do?
She was a baddie. She had a bad little habit. Must be a con woman. She's a con woman. Everything was a lie. It was all
George
lie.
Santos.
So she wasn't a princess's whatever.
Yeah, she was. She's a fucking liar.
Georgina Santos.
She's a Georgina Santos, guys. This month, a British, which okay, and I want to tilt this on.
I
its head.
still believe her.
Yeah, no. What was she
Yeah,
saying?
I mean, it's easier for her to fool people than Santos. It's kind of surprising that he got away with so much.
She had a bit of a rack attack. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow, look at that call.
She's like Anna Delvey.
Yeah. And we're Anna
Exactly.
Delvey,
But
Anna
hotter.
Delvey put the hurt on a lot of average people, right? Like that poor woman from she was like, she worked at Cosmo or Vogue or some shit. Who she turned out to be kind of a cunt in public, apparently, but who knows? Anyway, whatever. Anna Delvey took advantage of people. When I started hearing about who she took advantage of, I was kind of like, is this lady an American hero, Sarah King? Listen to this. Okay. So she married the grandson of an Iranian princess, right? So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And he hooked her up with a British Virgin Islands company called LDR International Limited. And look, I know a little something about the British Virgin Islands, and it's a place where people put their money when they don't want to pay taxes on it. A lot of foreign money, right? A lot of no tax foreign money, okay? A lot of dirty money. And anyway, her new husband, because she got divorced from her old husband when she first met the princess's grandson, he hooked her up with LDR International Limited, British Virgin Islands company. And that company invested in her short-term loan business, which promised high returns for funding third-party borrowers. But these were all alleged borrowers, right? So she claimed that she had these loans secured by like high-end collateral, like by luxury items. She's a total grifter situation. She also said that some of the loans were covered by NFL, NHL, MLB, and NBA players' contracts. And I guess she provided.
I still believe her.
She provided a photograph.
I mean,
of
if you
her.
could produce the documents.
Yeah.
Well, how did she get this
It would be really
photograph?
nice to work with her, you know?
She provided this photograph of her, Mahomes, Brady, Josh Allen, and fucking Aaron Rodgers, all
How
in the
did
same
she get
photo.
the photograph?
Because people want to fuck her.
She showed up to the event.
Yeah.
And then asked,
She went
"Do you wanna
wherever
take a
they were.
picture?"
Yeah.
Said, "Hey guys."
Yeah.
Get a photograph of any
Selfie.
man.
Yeah. Any man on the planet Earth.
Anyway, so she lived in the Wynn for a year and essentially was just gambling.
Right,
all the
they were at
cash.
the Wynn. Yeah, they were at the Wynn one day. That's how she got the photograph.
There you go.
Well, so she gambled away $10 million.
So she just took everyone's money and she had a gambling problem?
Just gambled it, bro.
That's amazing.
So
That's
here,
hilarious.
she won some shit too. So here's
What a heathen this chick is, man.
Here's an image of a key that she won. It says her name on it for the 2022 Audi e-tron electric car, $500,000 grand prize. So
Nice.
she won that. Apparently, she was
Slots?
sending.
Was it on slots?
It was slots. She called herself the
Chick is a
slot whisperer.
degenerate. She's
Mark.
just like an all-time degenerate,
She
man.
just plays high limit slots.
Hanging out with her would have been awesome.
Oh yeah, because you need a big budget for that, right?
Yeah,
Because you can
yeah.
lose $10,000 in an hour in
it's so
high level
exciting.
slots. Yeah.
So her husband, who doesn't get her husband's a pretty devout Muslim, I guess, doesn't gamble. So he would like hang out with her.
For the both of them.
He would hang out with her a little bit in Vegas, then he would get bored and go back to L.A. and she would just stay there. And she told him, she's like, I'm here, I'm here to get clients for short term 10% a month loans. Who else needs that but Vegas cats, right? And apparently, I guess the handlers, she was such a gambler that she had like a host.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, they knew her. I mean,
White
she
glove
was like,
treatment at the Wynn. Yeah.
Right. So they told her husband that she was winning overall, I guess.
Well, yeah, lie. She had.
oh
to.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What are they?
don't
What are
need
they
to
They
going
had
to
to
do?
keep her there.
Yeah.
They're going to tell the spouse of one of their biggest spenders that she's losing money. No chance.
The guy that hates gambling that's going to pull her out of the Wynn. No, they have to cover it
Like
up.
she's a model resident here. She's winning so much money. It's incredible.
we wish you'd take her out of here because she is wiping the floor with
Be
us.
so proud of her.
Good call. I didn't think about that. Okay. So it turns out that she's a total asshole because it wasn't just this dark money British Virgin Islands company that she stole from. She also stole from her dad's heart surgeon. So she does come from a prominent family, and her
makes
dad had a
sense,
heart
though.
surgeon. She ripped this woman off for $400,000, and this woman came out and said she stole my entire life savings. She
ripped
Hey,
her heart
gambling
out.
addiction, dude. Gambling addiction is real. This chick has
She's
a
cold.
bad one.
bad one. Okay.
Slots,
So-
man. Those lights and those noises. Ding, 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 ding,
Right.
ding, ding, ding.
Right, it's a lot. She called herself
never
the
live
slot
in Vegas.
whisperer. She called herself the slot
Yeah, dude,
whisperer.
you see,
she
like,
had
the
her
people
slot
on
technique
oxygen
written
that
on a
go
piece
in
of
there,
paper.
You know, like oh, it's awesome.
Other friends of the programs, our buddy's father-in-law calls himself the slot whisperer too, and he goes around and he listens. Yeah, there's a
lot of
slot
dude,
people
slot-
like
dude,
slots.
slots-
Yeah,
You guys, like, if you haven't lived in
Talking
a
about
state
power.
where it's got legal casinos, you don't realize how many slot people there are in the world. There are probably
I'm just
more
such not a slot
gamblers.
guy. It's hard to
But
believe.
there's
become a
probably
slot
more
guy.
slot gamblers than any other type of gambler out
You know,
there.
it's because you don't have to think.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, blackjack. That's kind of fun. Is like thinking. Anyway,
No, but the
Slots
slots are
are
so
more fun.
fun.
No, there's so
Dude,
much.
I will sit at the slots. I don't like them either, but I'll sit at the
Slots
slots
are
and watch
incredible.
my wife play them, and I'll have fun. Like I still
Watch her
enjoy it.
lose.
Like,
You lose.
I'm
yeah,
just
whatever. The machine keeps you entertained. Like
true.
they have it.
I'm
They have it
just going to
perfected.
continue with the story and just divulge personal information of our friend Colin. Who do you know here is Colin? Father-in-law used to walk around shirtless at like 3 a.m. and like listen for slot machines that like he thought.
Well, that's
Talk about it all the time. But he
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you got the vibe,
How do you not get kicked out?
I don't know if it was
attack
shirtless, but like
or a
shirt,
stroke?
hair out. Yeah.
All right. So real quick, this
3
brought me
a.m.
to
at
a
the casino, they're just hoping that people
Seizure?
are still putting.
This
coins
brought me
in
to
the
a
machine.
side story that I think is almost more interesting. Okay, so a Florida attorney who had a heart attack and collapsed while playing blackjack in Vegas was ignored for 20 minutes. This is at the Wynn where she was staying at the time, back in April. So this guy had a heart attack, and the dealer just kept dealing for 20 minutes as he was slumped over, motionless, right? And his family is alleging this in a civil lawsuit. This is the attorney named David Jagolinzier. He went into cardiac arrest at the Wynn on April 6, 2022. He fell headfirst into the table, apparently.
Work those guys hard.
And still it claims that the dealer continued to deal cards to another player at the table who continued to play blackjack. Now, a new dealer
He's still
eventually
like giving him
arrived.
shit. He's like, "Oh, you got me again, you dick."
So a new dealer came up and saw that Jagolinzier's skin was discolored and that he wasn't
Staying?
breathing. And then he was like, oh, shit, we should really
said,
take
"Hit
care of this. We should take care of this.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up, bro. They're suing the Wynn because he died.
That seems like they pushed their workers a little hard.
No, he's a
A
young
little
guy, too.
hard. They thought he was drunk or something.
Yeah, he was young. That's why.
Yeah.
Dude, working a casino must be the craziest job. You would talk.
my God.
I mean, like working a door at a bar in college was awesome because you talk to so many different people. But a casino dealer,
Yeah,
you would talk
it's
to the
next
most
level.
interesting fucking people.
Casino's like the leveling up from bar. Like
Yeah.
like when you first enter the bar world, it's kind of like a step up where you're like, okay, I gotta deal with this like kind of seedy world depending on where you're working. Like and then like that's the next level of like you
Next
just gotta
level is casino,
yeah.
baby. And then the top level is doing like strip club or escort service.
Right.
Like working,
Right.
yeah.
I think casino can be on a strip club level depending on where. Yeah.
Depending on how degenerate the people are you're working with, yeah.
Nice.
They just let him die at the table.
Well,
Yeah, that's tough of the Win. I mean, the
he
Win.
had
Win
his
should
shift
pay.
wasn't,
dude.
his shift wasn't over.
The Win should pay for what they've done. I mean, they enabled this woman to defraud people. They worked that dealer to death. I mean, it seems like they've got some explaining to do. I mean, have they
He's a
made a
player.
statement?
You don't get health care until you can't be a player if you're a dealer. Not allowed. Not allowed at the casino.
Not at your casino, I guess.
No, not at your casino. No way. I got another death for you. I have a funeral for you today to end the day. It's causing this funeral is causing Tucker Carlson to tear his hair out. He's not happy about it. Also, Wes would definitely not attend this funeral in the next 40 days, as he has maybe given up candy for Lent. And even if he hasn't, based on a recent discussion, this has a lot to do with one of his least favorite candies. So Wes is out and Tucker Carlson's out. While Wes, because Wes hates M&Ms, so we're talking about M&Ms here. While
that's right.
Wes,
I forgot.
while Wes hates M&Ms, recently
Even
deceased,
the peanut ones?
Yeah, I know. It's
The
a
peanut ones are okay.
Isn't that weird?
The regular M&Ms suck.
It's a weird thing to
I'd
hate.
rather have any other chocolate candy.
I think you ask 10 people, like very
M&Ms
few
are
people
so
say they
good,
hate
man.
M&Ms out of 10. Yeah.
You don't
When's the last
ever
time
just
bought a
like.
bag of
Can we get a
classic
poll up,
M&Ms?
Eric? Do you dislike M&Ms?
When was the
yes
last
or
time you
no?
bought a bag of classic M&Ms?
I buy
haven't-
peanut ones all the time.
I
Well, I
haven't
mean, I
bought
get them
candy
for.
ones
I get the
much
mini ones
better.
for holidays.
Yeah,
like,
Halloween.
for Halloween every year.
Halloween.
Oh, you're a M&M hand-router? Jeez,
I mean,
that's-
also the bars. I
Your
get
house.
the mixed bag. I get Snickers, Twix, M&Ms. I get the whole thing.
And
all
what's
the Mars
left most of the
candies.
time at the bottom? M&Ms?
Nothing.
What?
It just, people
Get a
want
poll up.
M&Ms over the fucking over like some of the fruity ones. for
Over
sure.
most candies, over anything with coconut in it, Mounds
nuts.
bars, almond
No,
joys,
well,
any of that
Okay,
shit.
that's yeah.
over
I'll
butter,
take
over
M&Ms
Butterfingers.
over Butterfingers. What are you
Yeah.
nuts?
No, M&M's
Here's-
over Butterfingers.
I'll take a Butterfinger over.
You
an
take
M&M.
M&Ms over Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Three Musketeers or M&Ms.
I think you're
That's
lying.
the test.
I think you're lying right through your
Three
teeth.
Musketeers. Yeah, that's about the level.
Because
That's
it's
about the
only
level.
nougat. So
Obviously,
like, you don't,
Snickers,
that's a bad
Twix
bar.
going
Right?
over them, right?
I'm
yeah.
going M&Ms over Three Musketeer.
Caramels,
All right, what's
big
the
caramel.
story, Mark?
So while Wes hates M&Ms, recently deceased Mary Esther Stocks Martin Gailey, that's 5 names, fellas, loved M&Ms. She fucking loved them.
she's
the-
80.
As much as Tucker?
No, well he hates what she's buried in. The matriarch of her family and teacher to over 5,000 children who adored her, probably because she handed out way too many M&Ms to these bastards. She loved M&Ms so much that she was buried in a giant blue M&M casket.
Oh, well, he'd be pissed because it's not
this.
the green one. Remember, he thought the green
That's
one was
a
so
shitty
sexy.
casket, dude.
Look
That
at
casket sucks.
Hey, come on, that casket's
What
awesome.
shitty
How big
artist
is
did that
How
shitty
tall
ass
is she?
casket?
Relative. It's like
You're
7
right,
feet
Pat.
tall.
You're right, Pat. It's not. It doesn't even really look like an M&M. I'll be
sucks.
honest
What?
with you. It
Looks like a frog, dude.
It
doesn't
looks
look
like a
like-
blue frog
like the blue M&M.
suppository.
Come on.
No, it looks
No.
like
The
a
M&M
blue
hat. It's got the
butt
white
plug.
gloves, the white
Oh,
Oh, it's
shoes.
so
I
bad.
mean, R.I.P.
dude.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
man.
But
Look, you
Mars
gotta make
doesn't
it
come after
somewhat
them
it does
shaped
not
like a
look.
fucking
Oh no, they had the
casket,
M&M
too.
outfits.
Oh, you guys
It doesn't
are
look like an M&M. Oh,
You guys are being
man.
so mean. Get a load of that fucking thing. It's hard.
Yeah, it doesn't
sucks.
really look that much like an M&M. I'm a little.
The artist who did that should kill himself and put him in that casket.
It's her relative, and she designed it with her son, and then their nephew or something in law designed it. So
What'd
it's
she
hard
die
to
of? Diabetes?
Yeah, obviously. So Mary's family, I showed you them. One of the
even have
guys,
the right M&M on the
one of the guys in that picture, the relative through marriage, built that casket for her years ago based on her design. So her and her son designed.
Oh wait,
She
she
knew
approved
about that?
She drew
alive?
it up. Not only did she approve of it, guys, you guys are really poo-pooing on her. She loved it so much that she had it made years ago and it was laying around in her house. And anyone that would come into her house, she would be like, "You see that?
She would
That's
make 'em
where
lay in
my
it."
that's where my dead embalmed body will be buried in one day.
Lay in it.
Yeah,
In the blue
lay it.
Pepper the Frog?
Yeah, and then she would hand
accumulated
out M&Ms and be
movie,
like,
isn't it?
"Anyone want any M&Ms?"
I'll close it. I'll close it so it feels like you're dead.
Damn.
Yeah, she loved the fucking thing. According to
Unreal.
her
She-
alive
she
relatives,
signed
they
off
said
on
she
that.
loved it. Yeah. Wow. Here, a quote, her name was Mary Esther Stocks Martin Gailey, and my husband, Tom, is the one who built her casket. So this lady, Lisa Richardson's husband, is the artist, Pat.
Is he special?
I don't know.
No, Mark showed a picture of him. Right, he's not.
We will miss her. I think it's
He's
one
a
of
real
these
man.
guys. Yeah.
Well, you wanted to like a round one and then have her just curl up in there, her body curl
No,
up
just
in
make
there.
it round, dude. Just dig the grave a little wider so you can make it round so it looks like a real M&M.
I think it looks like an M&M.
I think it looks like
They already got her in
The
there
face
like
looks
a
like
fucking
Pepe the
penis.
Frog. The face
It
looks
looks
like
like,
Pepe.
looks like a blue
So
Pepe.
they purposely put the eyes closed to signify death. It's a sad M&M.
Yeah, its hands are on its chest like it's dead.
Yeah, it's one sad. What is the word? Anthropomorphic.
Yeah, but it's also a jelly
M&M.
bean shaped M&M.
And
There's
then
no
a bunch
M&M
of
that shape.
non-anthropomorphic M&Ms with her children's.
What if
and
it's a peanut
grandchildren's
M&M?
names on them?
Does that make
So
it better?
fucking
Wes,
long,
no,
bro.
no. Wes,
Looks
it's
like it
too
got
long
hot.
for a peanut M&M. It's not.
Stretched out.
Well, melt in the ground. You know what I mean?
It's,
I thought it was pretty cool. Anyways,
I mean, it's good for her, but I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed as an M&M aficionado as she was that she didn't go for the proportions.
She
on the-
accepted that.
but how
Yeah.
cool is this?
Also,
though?
the face too. 'Cause
You don't
it's-
have to
as-
wear
as we said,
suits.
Pepe the Frog, not.
You don't have to wear a
style.
stuffy ass suit into the wedding.
Look like
into
you're
the
on a
funeral.
fucking
That's
NASCAR
cool.
pit crew.
Yeah,
That's
right.
cool.
Like you get to wear giant, oversized M&M shirts.
No,
and hats.
the family's awesome. I love the family.
Hard to be sad when you're in the M&M shirts and she's being
you know,
buried in a
just don't-
comically
just
large
don't think
M&M.
that it looked that much. Yeah, no, great funeral, but
Better vibes
again,
than a different funeral. But this is also what she wanted, which I think is the important thing for a funeral. It's your funeral. You get what you want, kind of like a bride on her wedding, right? But I thought it was inspiring. Like I'm thinking about getting buried in a giant gallon jug shaped casket, the Borg casket or something like that. Like like a beer can.
Oh, that would be awesome.
What
See?
about you guys?
But
What
we
about
got to
a
do it
pack
more
of cigarettes
realistic.
or something like that. Like
I hope not.
No. I want him to just.
Too
I want him
literal.
to. No. I want to do the tree thing where they put you under the ground. They just plant a tree on your body.
what about
I want
buried
to
in
get. I want to get buried in a
become the tree.
Nicorette mini 4 milligram lozenge thing right
There
here.
you go. What about you're on that stuff? Good for you. What about buried in like a pair of boobs, like a
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
busty boobs and casket?
If you want the Undertaker
Just a vagina.
staring at you,
Yeah. If
Buried
you want
in a
the Undertaker, if you want the Undertaker's
Well, just-
jizz,
we're not gonna
jizz
bury
on the
it
top
quite
of your
yet.
casket.
yeah, we're gonna bury it later.
If you want the Undertaker to have a party on top of you.
We don't have to bury this right now, do we?
Yeah. So there you go. That's well, you also, but I would say this. Oh, nice. We got a Jahender 123 says $9.99. They send in and says, love you guys. Pat, can't wait to have you in the Midwest. Come up to GR. Will be more your style. Have a great fucking day from Jordan.
Nice.
Oh yeah. GR.
What's GR?
Grand
Rapids.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. Love Grand Rapids, Michigan. Fantastic
That's going to
town.
be a Midwesterner. Dude, you'll be the
Fantastic
first.
town.
Actually, of all four of us, you will be the first Midwesterner. I've never
I'm
lived
trying to
in
get
the
back
Midwest.
to Central Time, man.
Kentucky to Midwest?
No.
Okay,
no.
Wes. Try to jump on my train, man. Try to get on my train, you two grocery store having piece of shit.
He's going to have all the fucking regions, too. He got all the grocery stores.
I'm with Wes on his grocery store knowledge. And HEB's the best. Also, I feel like they need to pick
Kentucky?
Eminem has to pick up the tab on this funeral, right?
Yes.
I would hope
Yeah,
so.
That was the whole point.
Free
They
M&Ms
have
for
to, right?
life. I just wish that they knew they were going to go so viral with this. I just wish the M&M was more.
Well, it's like, did you guys
realistic.
see there was a guy who was lost at
Fantastic
sea,
idea.
and he lived exclusively on ketchup packets when he was lost at sea, and now Heinz is trying to find him to hook him up with a new boat.
Oh, that's crazy. That's a gross lost at sea moment. Just Heinz ketchup. That's gross.
At least he survived.
80% of the people like M&Ms, Wes.
And I bet 90% haven't bought an M&M's in the last 5 years.
Or most
82%. It's going up while we show the poll live.
We have
You
a
just
real
don't
healthy
agree with the
listener
poll?
base.
Just slapping that M&Ms.
You're just telling them that they put the wrong answer in on the poll.
I'm telling them they're full of shit. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not
going to
M&Ms
refuse an M&M, but I definitely have not bought any time.
M&Ms are so awesome. M&Ms are so awesome. We had an M&M bar at my wedding, and it was a hit. People fucking loved it.
Yeah,
People
Wes
just
wasn't
housing
that.
M&Ms all
Wes
night.
missed that station.
I'm pretty sure Wes
No,
was
he
hammered
stayed
at
far
it,
away from that
just
table.
drinking. I was drinking and eating M&Ms.
Listen, if
All
they're
right,
in front of
let's
me, I'll
bring
eat
up
them.
the
But I'm
bring
not
up the
certainly not
wheel.
going to go.
He doesn't even remember it. I got footage of Wes just shoveling M&Ms into his face.
Probably.
All right. Do you have the same song?
Yeah, I do. I think so.
You
Let me check.
can do it.
Let me check.
You
We
can
got more
swing.
Yep,
comments
you can
about
swing.
M&Ms. Scott S says, "Is that Maya Rudolph inside the coffin? That ad died quick."
Yeah.
Back to back.
Double dipping.
Fuck you. You can swing.
Yeah, you
Oh, man,
can
do you
swing
guys
song.
wanna
Wes
take out-
only gets it on this song.
Do you guys want to take out a hard factor out on the Herndon High School baseball wall?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sure. Yes.
We should.
Did you just get that ad? Yeah, or did you just get that email? Yeah,
I
we
just
should.
opened up Facebook and Herndon High School baseball. I follow
Oh,
them.
fantastic!
They're looking
Yeah, we
for
got to
sponsors
give
right now.
back to the community.
I'll ask, yeah.
Also, Stephen C says M&Ms are Wes's J6. Yeah, I mean,
Look, he can die on whatever hell he wants. Have fun with that chicken. that you're
storming
fucking-
the
that you're so
chocolatey
fucking
capital.
nice. Have
Yeah.
fun with that chicken, as the Costco guy says. That's gonna do it for today. But tomorrow is the day that we do multiple shows. You'll see us live again at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, which you should spread the word to everyone to come to the live shows. They're going to be 7:15 p.m. Eastern, definitely Monday through Thursday nights. Potentially Sunday we'll start earlier. More to come on that. But also we do the Patreon shows tomorrow, so big day. So while we're busy doing shows, please, have a great fucking day. Spread the word. Have fun. Talk to you later.